Hello, my name is Ingrid Lenoir, and today I'll be going over Chapters 3, 4, and 5 in Reinventing Project-Based Learning. In Chapter 1, Project-Based Learning, it allows students to prepare for academic, personal, and career success. Students are able to solve real-world problems and answer complex questions. Students also develop a higher content knowledge and critical thinking skills which will help them create meaningful projects. When creating projects, teachers need to identify core concepts and make projects complex and have important ideas. It is important for teachers to understand the dynamics of the frameworks to fit the needs of the students. Projects should be created through learning experiences by the teacher, which allows students to make connections, gain interest, and make suggestions. Teachers need to create projects that are relevant to students' community. Students will be more invested and engaged in the project when they can relate. Planning projects. When planning projects, teachers should think about how the project will help students develop higher level thinking skills when working on the project. When a project is designed well, students will be able to think intellectually opposed to traditional learning styles. There are three important factors to consider when planning a project to ensure students reach higher order thinking. The first one is analyze. Students need to be able to analyze information about how to design their projects. Evaluate. Students should have the knowledge and understanding of how to justify the dynamics of the project. And create. Students should have the opportunity to produce high quality products because they have been exposed to effective real world tasks. Students that are able to understand how they learn can reflect on their metacognition and be prepared for life and future careers. So learning dispositions are important traits, feelings, attitudes, and habits that affect how students approach learning and the outcomes of their feelings. These traits cannot be taught. Students can develop learning dispositions through encouragement and experiences. Teachers should consider learning dispositions when planning projects and discuss the differences, the factors that influence students to learn. The digital tools talks about how teachers can allow students to interact and engage by creating a slideshow, playing Kahoot, Poll Everywhere, Quizlet, Google Docs, and many more. Digital tools are necessary for learning. They help students accomplish goals, and teachers can use these tools as an informal assessment in a fun and interactive way. In Chapter 4, it talks about overcoming pitfalls. So one should avoid projects that have effective research and try to create new meaning. You should look to see if the quality of students' experience is great. When designing a project, it's important to engage your learner. Students should be collaborating with their peers and their teacher by asking questions and answering questions. Technology should meet students' learning objective goals. Students should be learning more from the project than from a text. And it's important to be careful when choosing a project because it looks appealing. Look at the student's experience and if the student's learning objectives are being addressed. So, designing terrific projects. The book recommends that teachers to find someone who is good at developing project-based learning, which allows them to be a mentor so they can learn to be an expert like them. A good project allows students to design the sub-questions and figure out how to answer them. For student engagement, teachers should create a situation so students want to ask questions, want to learn more, and find more information that they don't understand. Project design resources. Chapter 4 does a great job of recommending websites to research information on project designs. Buck Institute of Education offers a variety of resources to find information. There is download searchable project library, reading and video, and a tutorial on project-based learning. Understanding Design is a book that will help teachers with project-based learning and designing questions. BobPearlman.org is a website with resources, recommendations like project-based learning, schools to visit, and professional development opportunities. In Chapter 5, it talks about authentic assessment and project-based learning. More districts are integrating authentic assessment into their schools. Students learn how to apply their skills to authentic tasks and projects. Students are able to demonstrate what they've learned in school and in the real world. Unlike traditional assessments, authentic assessments allow students to demonstrate what they know. Teachers can also use authentic assessment for groups as students are collaborating with their peers. And rubrics. Rubrics are scoring tools that teachers use to state expectations for their assignments. Rubrics also explains levels of achievement demonstrated through team building and classroom activities. Teachers can also use their rubrics according to project goals and expectations. Rubrics are great tools for informing students and parents on projects and expectations. This concludes my presentations on chapters 3, 4, and 5.